Hello everyone, welcome back. If you've been watching my Let's Play series so far, you've seen that I have been working on a mob grinder with hopefully some new ideas in it, and it was going well. I've got quite a bit of video of it, but after the last episode I was recording, and I recorded for quite a while, I actually finished it. I think it might be cursed because I died probably 10 times when I was building it. Just ridiculous stuff over and over again. And at the end of the day, I stopped recording and I went to review the recording, and it was corrupted. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe I let it go too long or something, but it's lost. I'm sorry. I will take you over there and show you that mob grinder in a little bit. I'll probably make a tutorial of that and link to it down in the description, just so that you can see how it's all put together and how it's supposed to work. It's working pretty well. I'm having some trouble with the what I put in as a optional experience grinder versus just for the mob drops, and I'm trouble with this current version of Minecraft 1.3.2, how some of the monsters sink down into the ground occasionally, and I don't have sticky pistons yet. I don't have any slime balls except for one, so I had to use sand to push the selector up, or to be the block that raises and lowers for the selector. And when it drops down and when it's time for me to kill the mobs that are in there, creepers get stuck in that block as they lower down, and they explode, and it's blown up 2 times now, and I've had to rebuild it. So for right now, I'm not going to be able to use it as an experience grinder. Probably I'll show you how it works, just so you can see. But I'm hoping either when the next update comes out, or if I get some sticky pistons and am able to use a solid block like regular stone or cobblestone, I'm hoping that might eliminate the problem. I'm thinking it might just be because of the way sand updates when it falls. But I do have 30 levels now, so I'm going to enchant a pick, and hopefully I'll get a fortune pick finally, because I have this ore sitting around, and I'd like to get the most out of it. So let's give it a shot and see what we get. And unbreaking 3, efficiency 4. Okay, it's not horrible, but still not what we need. I'm going to throw that in here. I had a lovely silk touch pick, and for some reason, that's what I meant about this project being cursed. For some reason, I had it on me at one point. I think I'd found some ore I was collecting, and I died, and I went. It was a ridiculous way to die. I fell while I was building something, I'm sure, and I hit the secondary platform that's up there, and all my stuff flew off the edge into the water, and I found everything else except for just that one pick. It was gone. I don't know where it went or why it would have been lost, but it figures that the one thing that I really didn't want to lose out of all of it was the one thing that I did lose. So I guess that's just the way it goes. It is Minecraft. One of the things that I think is kind of interesting is that the rate of record drops must have increased. Come on. There we go. Go. Because I've got a ton of records so far, and I've not done that much collecting of resources from here. I've done a bit, but on other versions it would take a long time to find any records. And I'll show you the collection I have so far in just a minute. So let me let it load so you can get a view of it from back here. Get turned around. There was some information or some tweets, I think, from Jeb or Dinnerbone, I'm not sure which. It said something about improvements to fishing, and they've got some plans for it, which I think that would be really cool. I wish they'd make some better boats too, because floating around in a cardboard box is not the. It doesn't really say you're a sailor. It looks like a crate you'd buy oranges in or something. There's the base platform. It's just not wanting to load. Well, you'll see it when I get up there. But if anybody's ever played old Ultima Online, they had some really great stuff with their fishing skill. They had cool boats you could buy and steer, and they also had things like sunken, or what do they call it, an SOS, or a message in a bottle, and you would go to specific coordinates and fish there, and if you had the message with you, you would pull up all kinds of stuff from sunken treasure, from supposedly a sunken ship, different rare items or valuable things, and then after a while you'd pull up just this nasty creature, either like a sea serpent, or I think you could I think later on they had fishing nets you could throw in, and you'd pull up a kraken and some sea serpents, and occasionally you'd find in the treasure, a treasure map you could go search and dig up on land from like a pirate ship. So it would just be great if they could add some stuff like that. It would really add a lot to the game, I think. And you're kind of on a desert island type deal, so like you're a castaway. So I think it would fit with the game. But here's the way up right now, and it would be nice to I keep saying that, I'll fix some kind of elevator system in there for now. So I've extended the platform out a little bit. Here's my storage chest right now. There's gunpowder, string, spider eyes, bones, and rotten flesh in this texture pack. And in here, got arrows, got a couple rare drops, and just a ton of records. So I've got these. I don't think I have these in the list yet. Yeah. So 7 unique records so far in 1 duplicate. That's pretty good, considering I have not done much with that at all. So there's the spawner. Let me go out here. I've got a plan for this. But so there it is up there, and it is, like I said, fully functioning. I've got see, I don't even know what video I lost, but basically it's a standard 20 by 20 square mob grinder, and along the edges all along are dispensers with water buckets in there. And with the current dispensers, if you power them with redstone, if there's a bucket of water, it will put a water source block out in front of it. And if you power it again, it will, if it has an empty bucket and there's a water source in front, it will pull it back into the bucket. So basically you have a stream to push the mobs off that is you can have on a toggle. And that's what's over here. It's basically a really ugly redstone clock. I'm not the best with setting up these efficiently, but it cycles around, and it does work pretty good. Let me see if it's turned on right now. Yeah, it's stalled. That's what this is for. Kind of reset it. Okay, I'm gonna shut it off. Get it going. Get it all. It was stuck halfway through before. Okay, there we go. Now it's working right. That's just a nice switch in the end. So the power goes through here, goes up there, and if the water is currently out, the dispensers will pull it back in, and when it gets power again, it will put the water back out. So it basically alternates between being a dry platform and one with a stream of water to push them into the channel here. Then they get pushed down here, and you can see in the back there. It's a pretty big column for them to fall down. That's because up at the top the opening is only 4x4. You see the spiders falling down there. That way the spiders fall down without having an edge to grab hold of and will hit and die. And these here's a good example of what I'm talking about with the water. I've got two dispensers set up back here with the same setup, and being with 2 block space between them, they'll actually create a channel of water that will push the loot out here to me when I turn it on. There we go. Then I can shut it back off. And to change it into an experience grinder, I can turn this on. It'll lift that up. That is just high enough now that when they hit, they'll have 1 heart left. Hopefully I don't get a creeper here. Don't want to show what I'm talking about with the explosion. Okay. There's a couple of the guys. Let me turn it back off. Oh. No, there won't hit. Sometimes you do get a guy stuck over there. Zombies are always 2 hits in mob grinders because they have a little bit of armor you have to get through first. That's not removed when they fall. Don't like to leave the water because they sometimes survive. Come on. If he must have hit back here where the water source was. It's a little bit deeper. All right. Oh, he's tough. Okay, that's the way it works. There's not much to it. Got a door here just in case I need to get in there for any reason. I shouldn't say there's not much to it. It was a lot of work. A lot of tricky redstone and stuff. In fact, let me see what kind of blocks I have in here. I might pillar up there, and that'll work perfect. I'll pillar up there and show you around. Let's see, right about here maybe. Hopefully I won't have another incident like that. And, oh, I missed it. You can hear the water is turned on now. That was the, oh, and then shut off. I've got to be careful because I've tried to light this up really well on top. But sometimes I've run into, that's one of the other incidences I had, oh, see, like that guy there. I don't know where he came from, but I'm glad he's not a creeper. Let me look to see if there's any spot I haven't lit up yet. Turn on debug so I can see the light. believe they spawn at 7 or less. On the block lighting, that's the BL, second line from the bottom. Okay, I turn it on peaceful mode for just a minute so I can show you the inside of this and how it works. So here is the row of dispensers. You can see the water's coming out now. In just a second it'll click and there it goes. All the water pulls back, the mobs will spawn, and then in just a minute, after there you get plenty of time for something to spawn, they push it back here. Now, I'm not sure if I can hold shift on the edge with water on. Looks like yes. So this channel is 3 deep, and it has bottom row obviously for the water, then some buttons and some vines on top, and the vines also go three blocks down to the signs, where I put the signs there just because mobs see them as solid blocks. So when spiders come down here, they're less likely to hold onto the edge, or actually anything is. The vines, if there's a mob falling and it hits the vines, it'll slow down to a speed that doesn't do fall damage. I've done those just in case I want to come back and add another layer to this, which would be pretty easy because it's so space efficient. I basically just have to have another 3 tall room on top of this, and I can open the channel up. I don't even have to do anything else to the floor. I just have to create a bunch more dispensers and wire up that floor on top, and I can make it. I am already at Y218, so I don't have that much room to add more, but because it's only 3 blocks tall, I could add several more layers. These go 3 deep because if a mob walked off here or was pushed off, he would die even if that selector was up in the bottom. There's the inside, and almost always the mobs fall straight down. I think sometimes if they hit each other, they get pushed off a little bit. So there's a couple that will hit and die even if that's up. But I did a test and it was about 10% or less loss when I had the experience selector, the experience thing up. Okay, let's see if I can get out of here with this. Okay, there we go. And that'll work. Around the side, you can see you can save some materials by only using a repeater every other one, because the redstone will connect to the side, and you can't use just redstone because it'll form a loop and it won't power the dispensers. I said I was going to do a tutorial on how to build it, but this is pretty much how you build it. The signal comes up from the bottom, goes below to an inverted torch here that powers this redstone up through there, and then it has enough signal to get to both sides. Show you, it comes up I think right about here. I'm not going to get farther out than that. Comes up, then loops around and goes to goes underneath. I could have taken it a couple more blocks out here and kept it at the same level, but I wanted to reduce footprint if I could, so I went underneath instead. That's how it works. right now we're at, let me turn back on. We're at 2 entities. And I've noticed this before. The second count, the 0 over 2, and when you're way up here, that number flickers an awful lot. I think it's trying to spawn creatures, and then they immediately despawn. Pick up all my leaves. Those do make a really handy scaffolding material. They go up easy and they come down really fast. Okay. There's that pick that I have that's almost broken. I figured I'd save it, and when one of these is almost broken, I'll go ahead and repair them. I don't do that often, but it saves a little bit of material. Okay, that is the mob grinder. It's working pretty well, getting a lot of supplies. Now I just need to think of something to do with all that dynamite I can make. Look at this. I already have 6 full stacks of gunpowder. I like it. Now I'll have some more. I guess they didn't. No, that was a spider, not a creeper. Creepers make kind of a hiss when they hit too. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.